How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Lost World. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to the fictional map of the Lost World, where your job is to bring life to a dead world and build a developing economy. In this world, you'll have to start from scratch. There is no pedestrian or car traffic. 11 fields available for purchase. Every piece of woods that can be harvested can be the starting income. Favorable land prices, animal trade, second points of sale, farmhouse, good luck with your farm build, and good game on the map. Thanks for downloading." There are mods required for this map, starting with the Log Cabin Farmhouse by GTX and the Forestry Cell Point by Gamer Designs. This map was created by Biga Papa and is 29.84 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here at our main farm area, starting out with farmlands number 1. And on the farmland, there is our main farm starting field, and it is in a current state of withered. If we take a look at growths here, you'll see it's all in that kind of maroonish kind of red there, so it is gone, not to be salvaged. You cannot purchase all areas of the map, specifically the area where the shop, animal dealer, and repair trigger are right here. Prices on the map do vary, but they're all very, very reasonable. So we'll start with number 2 right here, $77,000 for farmland number 2 right here. Then we'll go over here, farmland 11, $99,000, $54,000, $153,000. I mean, even massive. This is a massive chunk of property here. $153,000, $85,000, $85,000, $117,000, $101,000, $68,000, and $159,000. And this one does have another field in it. So this one being the most expensive, not too bad if you ask me. You do not start out with any animals, no contracts on this map because there's no numbered plots on here, no numbered fields, no production chains to start out with, and no collectibles. If we take a look for mods specific to this map, aka mods that are loaded directly onto the map itself, there is nothing. If we take a look under the buy menu here, nothing here to start out with. But then if we look on the build menu, starting with buildings, and we scroll all the way to the right here for sheds, you will see under the very bottom right hand corner there, Lost World mod. That is a mod specific to this map. It is the kind of starting farm barn here that you have. There is nothing under silos, silo extensions, containers, tools, or farmhouses. There is nothing under productions, nothing under animals, nothing under decorations, and nothing under landscaping. So not a lot in the ways of mods specific to this map. Because we start here at the starting farm, let's take a look at our starting equipment. Starting out on the buy menu here under owned items, we have small tractors, the Buer 6105, and trailers, the Welger DK115. This is almost the epitome of start from scratch. You have property, you have 2 bits of equipment, and a cabin, a barn. That's it. Literally it. So, step inside the cabin here. Now, unfortunately, inside the cabin, it's not very clearly marked, but if you walk in, you'll see at the top left-hand corner under the controls, you will see sleep. There is a sleep trigger, but it's not marked with one of those little waypoint or trigger icons. And then if you come over to this side, you'll see open wardrobe. So you do have a wardrobe and a sleep trigger within your cabin, but no indicators as to them actually being in there. Quick look inside the barn, and right over here is your starting field with the withered product in it. It's not a huge field. It's actually very, very small. Let's get a little over bird's eye view. So gonna have to work on that, but you have no equipment to do anything with it besides your starting tractor. Now, there are specific paths on this map, but I'm just going to cut right to the chase because there are such a slow tractor getting around. I'm just going to go right from point A to point B to point C, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to start out. If I expand the map, we're going to go down south of our starting farm here and go to those sell points right down there. Now you will see that there are a few areas that are kind of cleared out and open towards the east side of the map. Those are actual grass fields where you can do grass work and all that stuff. They are, if I can see them properly, they do look like actual bits of land, like fields. They just are not numbered. So very possible for you to be able to use AI workers on this, I think. And right ahead of me are the 2 sell points that we're going to start out with. So directly in front of me, that is the Daryl Dixon sell point. And then off to the left there, that is the forestry sell point. There are 2 forestry sell points, and I'll point out the second one once we get there. But you have a marker here on the floor. You can also put your tree trunks here on the kind of bunks here. You got a wood cell trigger right here. So I think how this one works, and I might be mistaken, is I think this is for wood chips potentially. Let's just see. Scroll down. No, so the main selling points here and another one on the other side of the map will take it. So I'm not quite sure if you can unload from the ground here, your forestry. I know you can do it from up here because that's where the marker is. But wood cell trigger right there. So let's hop back into the tractor and make our way through the rest of the map. So off in this direction. And you will notice that this is not a full 2x by 2x map. If I take a look at the map itself and bring it out, yeah, this whole outer periphery is not accessible. You cannot do anything with this. Yeah, you can't purchase it either. So, oops, there's a tree right there. I don't recall seeing any water points, so you will probably have to install one in order to gain access to water. And directly ahead of me, you can see the kind of main shop area coming into view. As we make our way over, slowly but surely, just like the tortoise, we are gonna get there. Alright, so slightly off to my left is the repair trigger, shop trigger, and we have an animal dealer just around the corner over there. So repair trigger, shop trigger, and animal dealer right over here. Now you can when you have a pen or pasture already loaded onto your map, you can come to this location or use the same icon at the pens and pastures to load your animals into them directly. Now, if you use this directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. Essentially, the animal dealer is taking the animals from this location and taking them to your pen and pasture for you at your cost, kind of thing. In order to save that money, you would have to bring an animal trailer to this location, click on the icon here with the animal trailer inside the kind of reticle area here, the box here, load directly into the animal trailer, and then transport the animals to your pens and pastures yourself. That'll save you the delivery fee. And it can get expensive. Depending on how many animals you need, it is upwards of $100 per adult cow. So if you are needing hundreds upon hundreds of cows right off the bat, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money to get those animals here. So let's hop back in the tractor. And we're going to go off in that direction towards that house there. And that'll be our final set of points of interest. So just over here, you'll start to see coming into view Off to the left of the house there is the Rick Grimes sell point, and we have to our right another forestry sell point. Just like the last one we saw, it is here as well. And that is it. That is the entirety of the map. Not a whole lot going on here. This is a very basic, simple forestry kind of survival map. Now, what do I think of this map? Time to give my opinion. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. Well, because this is a forestry map, because this is, kind of a survival map, I'm going to give my kind of scaled back opinion. Not scaled back, but a kind of curved opinion, because it being forestry, there's kind of a specific point and purpose to it. Now, I like it. I think that it's a very simple, but in a good way. It is going to require a lot of work, a lot of stuff, but you don't have a lot of trees. I mean, it looks like you have a decent amount. You do have some, but you can see it's not like a traditional forestry map where it's just you can't see the forest through the trees kind of thing. This one here is very wide open, so this is going to invite you to be able to do multiple different tasks, such as grass work. You can see it looks like there's a lot of grass that could be mowed and utilized for those purposes. Here's a big field over in this area here. Again, very simple in the ways of vegetation, very simple in just the look and aesthetics of it as well. It's got a nice kind of gentle undulation on the lands, a gentle slope down in that direction, so you're just constantly seeing, just something. The kind of outer perimeter over here that you can't access, that kind of looks a little funky, especially as we're now starting to drive up to it. It's got that kind of, I don't know, almost like dying look to it. It's kind of odd in how it's kind of laid out on the perimeter there. So it's kind of a negative in my opinion, because that's kind of an eyesore to me, especially because you can't get out to it, you can't do anything to it. It's always and forever going to sit there and kind of loom over and haunt you, or at least it would me. So all in all, the playable area, I like it. I think it's very, very nice. You've got several grass areas specifically. You've got quite a bit of forestry you can do. It's a very well set up kind of start from scratch map. Very simple, very basic kind of thing. And that's nice. You're going to have to really work and struggle and work at getting things done. And because of the prices of the map, it's not going to be difficult to get from one place to the next, to the next, to the next. You're going to be able to actually achieve these even without having everything that you need for your expansion. You've got a tractor and you've got a trailer. That's it. You don't have forestry equipment. You don't have grass care equipment. You don't have any of that stuff. So you're going to have to build up to it. You're going to have to, really struggle and fight, tooth and nail to get to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. But then not so much when it comes to the actual purchasing part, because they don't cost that much. So yeah, all in all, I think that this is a pretty solid map. I would say maybe above average. Probably on the 0 to 5 scale, I'd give this anywhere between a, you know what, we'll say 3.5. We'll say 3.5. I think it's above average. Very nice, and like I said, in the kind of color palette that's used, it's very kind of toned down and whatnot. You do get little pops of color every once in a while. You get different types of vegetation every once in a while. It's nice. It's very nice. You've got the kind of road networks that are very, very clearly laid out, which that I really like. There's something about certain maps where when you got forestry maps, it's really hard sometimes to define where the road network is. But this one, I feel, is actually doing a very good job at defining where the road network exists. So yeah, all in all, 3.5. Very happy with this. I would be very happy to play on this. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show him by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.